Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. I hope everybody is ready for a great show. You guys got your coffee or Red Bull or Monster or whatever your drug of choice is, unless you're going to sleep. Maybe you got your NyQuil. So today we are missing one of our members. He is in the chat, the Xbot448. Anybody want to emulate that sound that dude makes?
What's going on, people?
What's going on?
What's going on, people?
That was wonderful, you guys. Can you hear us? Is everybody hearing everybody on the panel? All the good stuff? It sounds like it. Men in Black are on their way, bro. That's what Xbox said. What's up, Halo Storm? What's up, DeBizzle, my Hizzle, Andy Mack? I was going to say, hey, Boomstick, but you're totally on the panel. I suck at that. What is up, Skull Stomper, Noble Addiction, Dirty J, Evil Primate, Tony L Media? What is going on? Then we have Andy Mack. Hello, hello. Yeah, so it's going to be a fun show today, and we're going to dive into, UK Dazarus Mod of the Year, what's up? So we're going to dive into our good mornings and stuff and things. So creating Beyond Limits, since we're late because of you, you can go first, say hello, and tell everybody why you were late, and you'll never do it again.
Oh, well, the computer's fault. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, depending on where you live. We have some awesome topics. I know we're going to be talking about Fortnite, so I can't wait. You're in for a good show.
The F word. We're going to talk about the F word, you guys. So yes, it's the computer's fault that he's late, which made us all late. Mr. Boomstick XL, would you like to say good morning?
Good morning, everyone. The topics are going to be super hot. And the big one, I think, is once again, GameSpot puts its foot in its mouth, and it's pretty ridiculous.
Absolutely, absolutely. And just for the record, Mr. Boomstick is always the first one in the hangout, so he is not yet to be a reason why we are late, you guys. So everybody give him a round of applause. Yay.
Thank you.
And then we have Supersonic Station. Sometimes he has multiple personalities. He can be Skeletor or Yoshida. It really depends on his mood. So would you like to say good morning, Supersonic Station? Okay.
I'm a pony today. Black Friday's
great, excellent.
Black Friday's over and the ponies are out of the stables. Everyone look out.
Man.
You can all breathe easy.
Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone's doing good. It's a pleasure to be here.
Everybody's doing awesome. Except for that one guy who is not here, the Xbot448. Like I said, he is in the chat. Xbot, would you like to say good morning? What's going on, people? It's the Xbot448. It's going to be an awesome show.
That's pretty good.
I can't wait till we do our plugs like 40-year-old with a comb over, blah, blah, blah. All right, I'm done.
I can't wait to fight with Boomstick.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait to fight with Boomstick Xbot. I'm sorry. I know you don't sound like that.
You sound like Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson.
Oh man, I'm in a great mood and I'm really lacking sleep, you guys. Like, I know Xbot, I'm so sorry. I'm lacking sleep because I was up really freaking late last night. Xbot was watching The Punisher, all right? And then I started watching The Punisher and I didn't go to sleep till like 2-something in the morning. Mind you, I totally said, you know what? I'm going to sleep early. It's 10 o'clock. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to wake up early for the show, get the kids on the bus, all the good stuff. Like I was ready to go today. And then it didn't happen.
The Punisher came along.
It was
ruined
amazing.
I'm guessing it's a really good show.
Oh, yeah. No spoilers.
It's probably the best Marvel show to date. I mean, right behind like right neck and neck with Daredevil.
It was really good, and I was loving it. I didn't think I was going to like it, but I missed a couple of first episodes, so I'm going to kind of go back, but I can't wait to watch more. Like, I had to force myself to go to sleep last night. That's how addicting it was. Do you guys have any opening announcements? I forgot to discuss this with you prior to the show. CBL. Yes or no?
No, I dropped two videos this week, and I'm working on a third that should be up Thursday or Friday.
Awesome.
For my channel.
Awesome.
I just uploaded my reaction to the new Avengers trailer. If anyone's interested in checking that out, it was a pretty awesome trailer. I really can't wait for the movie.
I have to check it out. You guys were talking about it before we even got started, so I'm looking forward to that. Supersonic, you have anything?
I'm making Podcast Park and Planet Coaster with all the podcasters are going to be in it.
Nice.
Very cool.
So check that out.
That's
I'm
awesome.
naming rides after everyone, so we need like a Snaps super car thing or something.
Can I be bumper cars or something? I'm a train wreck.
You can totally be bumper cars.
That would be cool. Oh, and I do want to apologize because last week I was supposed to work on a survey so we could do our little game award thing. Unfortunately, it's been a hell of a week, and I did not have the chance to actually sit down at my computer and do that. So I didn't get that to you guys, and I'm sorry. So we'll just say that I win on all the choices, and I win by default because I'm the host of the show. You're welcome.
No, I disagree.
It was a fun show last week. I mean, it's still getting views. I was a little shocked. I'm like, damn, we're getting a lot of views. So it's really cool to see that. Yes, Noble Addiction. I am fully aware. Who was it? Inferno tagged me yesterday about Gang Beasts December 12th, and I am thoroughly excited for that. You know, Inferno from Four Guys. I think it was him who tagged me. So I was just like, like. We were sitting at the dentist while I was sitting there waiting, and Xbot was getting his teeth all done and stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then the women sitting at the desk were looking at me like I'm a weirdo. So
how much is that game going to be on PS4? I'm just wondering.
I don't know. I don't care. I'm getting it. It doesn't matter what it costs. Andy Mack, Gang Beasts is awesome. Look it up on the internet. If you have a PS4, you better plan on playing with us. I want to say it's probably going to, it's a Steam game. So I want to say it's going to probably be around the 30 or less mark.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I played that in VR too. It's crazy. It's so funny.
It's freaking hilarious. That's like one of the games that that's the reason why we got a PS4 in the first place, guys. You know this. And if you don't know, now you know. Also, let's see. Shite. I had something else that I want to tell you guys and I don't remember. Oh, well. So, you guys have anything that happened exciting in the gaming world this week?
I do.
You do?
Yep. I beat South Park, the Fractured Butthole. That game's awesome.
It's
I didn't
amazing.
like it at first because Stick of Truth had a lot to live up to. But the more I played the Fractured Butthole, the more I enjoyed it and got into it. And there's just a lot of content there. Every time I thought I beat the game, there was just more and more and more. So that's definitely a great pickup.
Awesome. And how about you, Boomstick?
No, I'm just still running through Assassin's Creed, which the more I play, the more that game is creeping up to be my game of the year. I mean, you're playing it on the X. It just is absolutely stunning to watch in motion. It really is. And you know what? Big kudos to Ubisoft for taking that year off because, my God, I mean, I've played and beaten just about every Assassin's Creed except for Unity, which I couldn't stand. But this game rocketed right up to one of my favorite Assassin's Creed out of all of them.
Awesome. It does look really good, and I've heard only great things, honestly. So that says a lot because I haven't really been into Assassin's Creed in a long time. Every time I try to play them, I play them at first, and then I get bored very quickly. And
But there's a lot to do. I mean, it's big. It is a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah.
I heard that game's pretty on a 4K TV.
Yes, it is. It's stunning. Like, I've taken video and I've put it up on live, and I've taken screenshots and I've put it up on Twitter, and it's just unbelievable to look at.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So, I mean, I would love to get into that, but like, you know how I am. I have a million games that I never played. Don't ask me why I haven't even touched the Fractured Butthole yet. I played. The last thing I played again was freaking Call of Duty.
Of course you did. And what have not I played?
Yeah, you know what? I don't even know why you're on the show right now. You're not even supposed to be here.
I should have been suspended 2 weeks ago.
Suspended, no pay, because you have not played Call of Duty with me yet. And I'm so upset now that you just reminded me of that.
I'm so sorry.
No, and the thing is, we were playing the other day. I was playing with a couple people, and we were doing a stream, and you just ignore me. I know you're busy.
Did you? But you didn't even send me a request or anything to remind me.
I sent it to you on the Xbox, I think. I mean, if I didn't, I thought about it. And I think that should account for something. Like, you should just know if
it
Mel's
definitely should
online.
count. The minute I see you come on, I literally should stop what I'm doing and go right to Call of Duty.
Mel's
He
online.
got hit by a loot box that fell out of the sky. That's what.
I believe that. I
It's
believe
not-
that. CBL, anything that happened exciting in the gaming world for you this week?
When I was over in Scotland, I picked up Shadow of War. Shadow of War. Middle Earth Shadow of War. It's a really good game. I've been playing it since I got back. It's a bit slow at the start, but it's pretty interesting. I really like their story that they're going with. I thought the first one was really good, and I always thought if they made a second one and improved on the Nemesis system, it'd be an amazing game, and that's exactly what they've done with this one. I haven't really got to do any of the fortress battles yet. I'm still very early into the game, but I'm having a great time with it. I recommend people, if you haven't played this game, to check it out. Get the first one. That'll be even cheaper. You should be able to find it cheap enough. It's a great series, these Lord of the Rings games are.
Awesome. Now, how was your trip? Your getaway?
It was fucking cold.
See, I was expecting to hear, oh, it was nice or something along the lines of that.
Yeah.
And he's like, you know what? I'm not even going to make it sound good. It was fucking cold. So.
I know, it was a great time. It was a lovely place. But I was just bitching about the cold most of the time. I was like, yeah, I'm cold. That's what was awesome. Totally worth going.
That's the story of my life, CBL. If it's summertime and it's humid, I'm still bitching about the cold. If it's winter time, I'm just like, please kill me now.
But it's not any better over here. Like in Ireland, it's always cold and we always have shit weather. So I should be used to it.
Xbot in the chat said CBL in a Scottish kilt. Did you wear a kilt in the cold?
No, but I've seen over 200 shops that sell kilts. When I was there, it was like every second shop was somewhere that sold kilts. And I was like, it's like they really want people to buy those kilts.
I want a kilt. That would be totally awesome. You know what? Everybody
you're not
on
going to
CCC
find it hard to find one in Scotland. No, that's for sure.
Everybody on CCC should get a kilt, and then we all do a cam stream one day. That would be freaking awesome.
That would be hilarious.
And we'll have to, we'll dance in our kilt or something.
Like
It's not a skirt, Noble. It's a kilt. It's a kilt.
I'm going to play Fantasia and dance.
You know what? That comment would get him into a fight with somebody from Scotland. Hey, you got a nice skirt. Punch.
That is so true. And I only know that from the movies.
Yeah.
All right. Hang on one second. All right.
Thanks,
so I can
Booms.
tell you guys.
Thank you. Maybe it's a bit coffee on myself.
Sorry.
Stop wasting coffee. You're fired. Done.
Damn it.
All right, so I don't think anything happened exciting with me other than playing Call of Duty. And I had a good time. But this week has been really pretty boring and busy with other things in life, so that was sad. But I don't know. I can't even remember. It's literally been just busy, running. And that's all. So I hit everybody, right?
Yes.
All right, beautiful.
Yeah, Daz has talked about tallywhackers in the chat.
I don't know what that means.
I don't either, but it's pretty funny.
Tallywhackers? Oh,
Tallywhacker. You don't know what a tallywhacker is?
No, because Jazz has some interesting words that he teaches me, but I don't know what it is.
I think Andy Mack summed it up in the chat. If you look.
Where? Oh. No tallywhackers. Andy, are you being serious? I don't know who's serious anymore. All right, so let's talk about the Design Lab controllers. Everybody's familiar with the Xbox Design Lab, but they now have these little NFL controllers. Like, you can add like a little decal from your favorite team. So I want to know like what your guys' favorite team is, and if you don't have one, you're gonna pick one. And do you guys feel that it's worth it? Because I was taking a look at that, and it was $94, and that was with no etching or anything. $94.99, right?
Wow.
And, you know, obviously it's free shipping. But it's $94.99 to have a little team logo on there. It's a little crazy. So I'm going to start with Boomstick. So what do you think about the NFL Design Lab controllers, and what's your favorite team?
Well, first of all, let me just start with Crap Gamer, if you're listening, please, we're friends. Just cover your ears. I'm a diehard Pittsburgh Steelers fan, and that's like calling his mother a name because he's a Baltimore Raven fan. So I'm a diehard Steelers fan. I've been watching them since the 70s. I'm old. Okay, sorry guys. Reality. And you know what? I didn't know what the price was, and I was like, "Yep, I'm getting it." You just said $95 for a controller. You know, here's the thing.
It says they started all right, 70. I think it was 74.99.
Yes.
So
yeah.
that one little decal, I will go to
Gets
the
us
store.
is a $20 bump. You know, listen, I know the NFL is expensive, but Jesus, that is. Look, if you have the spendable cash, you know, that's great. And I say get it because it's an official Xbox controller, which means it's quality. You can have your favorite team on there. You can design it in the colors you want, which is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I have a design lab. I have a boomstick controller. It's absolutely fantastic. But over $100 after tax, and that, mind you said it, without etching. You know, you're going to want to etch Steelers in there or something, you know, right? So, I mean, that's what I would do anyway. Over 100, it's probably going to be, let's just say for shits and giggles, $110. That is way too much, I think, for a controller. Because now you've moved into the realm of when you bought your Xbox One X, you could have got an Elite controller for $100, right? So an Elite controller.
Yeah. Okay.
So now you've moved into the Elite controller price range, and it's just a regular controller with a sticker. I'm gonna, for me, as great as it sounds, it's gonna be a pass.
I can totally understand what you're saying. I'm just curious, right? Because I'm on here right now. I'm on Design Lab, right? So starting at $79.99 with free shipping, right? So I'm rolling over one that was created by a community member. Nothing special. I guess it was a community member. Maybe it's Xbox. I guess it has a little bit of a metallic look to it. That boosted up to $92.96. And then you go to these NFL teams, it's $94.99. It looks cool, but the thing, like, I from what I've noticed is it doesn't seem like you can kind of choose where the little decal goes. All right, you don't get to pick where it goes. You can't move it around. So you just pick the sticker. They put it where they feel it looks best on the controller, and then you're just right there is $94.99. That's not with rubber grips or anything added to it, not engraving added to it and all that. So I can completely understand. And then tax, wherever you live, is going to tack that on. And I definitely have to say that I would probably prefer I love how I said definitely and probably in the same sentence. I would definitely probably prefer an Elite controller. So that being said,
yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say that's, I mean, again, if you're moving into the the minute you go into the $100 realm, there is somewhere on the internet, and I'm not talking about a used one, that you could probably find an Elite controller for like $115, $120, right? Listen, I can just say this. Once you go Elite, you don't want to touch anything else. That is the absolute truth.
Yeah. CBL, what do you think about these? I mean, I would imagine you're familiar with NFL. I don't know in Ireland what things are like.
Well, sports in general is something that I don't really pay any sort of attention to.
Yeah.
Like when I was younger, I used to play football or soccer or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
But like I don't watch any sort of sports or anything like that. I'm like a lazy Irishman, so I'll have a point, but I'm not watching any sports. I'll play a video game instead. But I think it's really expensive. Unless I was someone that was really big into sports, like really into it, I'd spend that kind of money on it. But like looking at the price, I just think it's overly priced, too expensive for what you're getting. Mm-hmm. I think they could have done it a little bit cheaper.
Yeah, I can definitely agree. I mean, like Boomstick had said before. He said, I understand that, it's NFL, yada, da, da. But...
Yeah, I get that. It's a good thing, I guess, for people Like, if they've always wanted to have a controller with their said team on it, like, if they weren't doing this, it'd probably be a lot harder to find someone that would do a custom one for you. So it is good in that sense. But because it's just something that I'm not really interested in, it's not going to affect or bother me. But I still think it's cool that they're doing it, but I think they could have done it a little bit cheaper for those that would have wanted it.
Do you guys, I mean, I just want to know what you guys think about the game lab, the design lab controllers in general. I mean, I feel like those are overpriced.
Oh, listen, I have
general.
one. I literally was one of the first people to get involved with it. I got my controller. It looks fantastic. But I'm pretty sure that back then, when it first came out, I think they announced it, maybe 2 E3s ago. Literally, right after E3 ended, I was on the website designing my controller. And I'm pretty sure that I spent close to $100 after etching Mr. Boomstick in there and picking the rubber grips and this, that, and the third. I'm almost positive it was close to $100. And at the time, you're like, oh, this is great. I'm designing my own controller. You get, the hype, E3, Xbox, whatever. And then when you sit back and you look at it and you get it, and I took pictures and I posted it on Twitter, and it's great, and it's my own controller, but $100, that is $100 basically that on Black Friday you could have probably picked up an exact controller, just in black or white or whichever color they had, for $35. So it's like we were talking before the show.
$35. I got my green and gray, and it's freaking
there you go.
glorious.
You see what I'm saying? And what were you just saying? You hate having regrets on buying stuff.
I sure do.
You get the $35 controller. It's the one that you wanted. You're very happy. And I'm sitting here with the Boomstick controller, and I'm like, fuck.
I overpaid for this awesome Boomstick controller. I have regrets.
So look, again, if you have the money, that is great. I do think that listen, I'll put it to you this way. If it wasn't selling well, then they would have lowered the price.
Yeah.
So they must be doing well for Microsoft. It's, again, regardless of whether you like the services or not, it's still considered a service. And Sony's not doing it, Nintendo's not doing it. So, they're got to be making money. It's got to be doing well for them.
I mean, you have a valid point. Obviously, it's working, or they wouldn't have it the way it is.
And on top of that, Mel, if it wasn't working, they would have never teamed up with the NFL to be like, okay, listen, come on in, NFL, we're going to hook you up with a failed program.
That is very true. You know what they should do, though, is they should have, like, the signatures of the NFL players, so you could add those to your controller, too. I mean, obviously, it's not going to be, like, authentic, but have them sign the little thing and then add it to your controller. That'd be cool. But, I think the part that makes me so upset, and, Supersonic Station, I'll get to you in just a moment, but the part that makes me so upset, and I know this is going to sound really stupid and petty, but it's the fact that you can't move the decal. That is really aggravating.
They put it where they want to do it instead of you putting it where you want. So you kind of lose that, technically you're not really designing it aspect.
So we're gonna go. I just added my rubber grips to my green and gray controller. So while we're talking, so we're gonna go with Supersonic Station. So what is your favorite team? And what are your thoughts about this controller and, the decal for the NFL and the price and all that good stuff?
Kansas City Chiefs, and I'm tired of custom design lab controllers. I was tired of it at their last Xbox event where they had a bowl full of custom design lab controllers, like a bowl of fruit, but it's full of custom controllers.
That's really cute.
On the coffee table. I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
That
was the Gamescom one, right? Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, tired of them trying to shove. I know that you have a choice to buy them, but I feel like it's being forced down our throats. And I'm tired of seeing it, tired of hearing about it. And if I want something NFL, I'll go buy a $10 Kansas City Chiefs hat or a $2 sticker and put it on my controller.
If I wanted anything NFL, I would definitely get a jersey. Like, that would be my first thing. One, because I think girls look awesome in jerseys, right? And I would definitely get a jersey because I would get a lot more No, I probably wouldn't get a lot more. Maybe I would, because if I get an NFL controller, you know, it's just gonna end up getting ruined. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna use a controller, but I mean, a jersey is a jersey. So
Right.
I just want to use my controller to play games. I don't give a shit what it looks like. I know a lot of people do though. I know some people do. Like I don't care. Like I've got like 4 controllers, and I just don't care about controllers anymore.
I mean, if you have controllers that work and you don't care about them, you can send them my way, because
all my controllers are broke. I need a new
I had an elite controller. That thing broke in less than a month. That thing was a piece of crap.
The elite controller?
What the hell happened to that?
He got his replaced.
Who? Me?
No,
the
Supersonic
bumper
got his replaced too.
Okay.
Yeah, when they made them, they put like a cheap ass bumper thing.
Yes, was it the right or the left? Just out of curiosity.
It's a plastic piece that connects both of them. It's supposed to be like a rubbery kind of thing, but it's just plastic, and the thing will break, and your bumpers will just come out. And then your analog sticks will bob up and down and crap. I don't know. I just didn't like the Elite controller. I know some people love it, but
no. I mean, I had an issue. Like I said, Aaron Greenberg did step in, and he rectified it because Aaron's amazing. But I find it very difficult for me. Again, everyone's different, to actually go back and use a regular controller.
Oh, Snap said she wants a John Cena controller. No.
But I just seen the Xbox Ireland Twitter account just tweeted saying free engraving when you buy an Xbox Design Lab controller. Yeah, they said it's free for holidays.
Yeah.
How about we get some damn games and stop worrying about controllers? Jesus Christ.
It's cool that they're making it free for the holidays. If you get it now, you can get.
Well, I mean, obviously they want people to buy gifts, right? So, you know, if I was going to maybe say buy Neo Mental a Giants controller or something, you know, and I would put, you know, a filthy name across it, so he'd have to look at that name every time he picked up his controller. But I love him anyway. He is my brother.
Hang on 1 second. So guys, if you're experiencing some buffering, I'm sorry. Try refreshing, and I will take it off the low latency next week, or latency, whatever it is, because I do have it set to that. And I haven't had an issue when I've been streaming, so I apologize. No,
we're off the air though.
Huh? No, we're good.
We're off the air.
Nope, we're not. We're good. I promise you. It says live stream health is good. But I did it through OBS, so I apologize.
Okay, gotcha.
You know what? Get better internet, you guys. Fight the power.
I have good. Yeah,
Not
I have
you.
good internet. You mean like the world?
Yeah, everybody else who's buffering, blame the internet.
The world, get good internet. Damn it!
They're taking away net neutrality. It's already happening.
I was gonna say the internet neutralizers or whatever, but okay, net neutrality. I forget what it's called.
This is what it's gonna be like.
Like seriously, like our Wi-Fi has not been working. Even like right now we're hardwired with the computers and Xbox. Thank God for that. But the Wi-Fi has been dirt slow. I was gonna say douche, but then I was like, stop myself, and now I said it anyway. So anyway, it's been douche slow, you guys. I don't know what that means, but it works.
That's the lowest of lower than low is the douche slow.
What's up, Kelvin Brandon? What's up, Neverland? I just want to shout out some people in the chat. We got the Xbox Pope, aka Tom, because he said he's letting go of the Pope, but he's still the Pope.
No, he took a poll, and the Pope is staying, from what I understand.
I like Tom.
Listen, the Xbox needs to be blessed on a regular basis, and the world would not be correct if the Xbox Pope was not a part of that.
I got you. I completely understand. What's up, fresh gamers? I know so many people have come into the chat. There was someone who did want to shout out. I guess her name was Jess, and I do apologize, but we're chatting, and I don't like to break up the chat just to shout people out. But we know that you guys are here, and we appreciate you guys stopping in, and it's really awesome that you guys are here to chat with us while we are live. So my opinion on the Design Lab controllers. I think the whole NFL logo is awesome. For those people who are really big sports buffs. I'm not, okay? I can give a shit about sports, okay? And I will sometimes Watch the Super Bowl. Anything leading up to it, I don't care. Like, I don't have TV. I don't pay attention to it. Sometimes Xbot, he will put on like the sports channel, and I'll watch some of it, but usually it's like basketball. But I guess if, back when I did pay a little more attention to the sports and all that good stuff, Cowboys were always my favorite team. So anybody who wants to hate on me for
America's
that,
team, as they're known.
And they're cheerleaders.
yeah, cheerleaders are top notch. But I know I'm from New England. I am not a Patriots fan, because they're cheaters. So anyways, I'm sorry. Please don't hate me for saying that if you guys have a problem with
Half
it.
the chat just walked off.
Oh, we're so sorry. I'm so sorry. No, I'm not ashamed to say I don't like a team. But yeah, my favorite would definitely be Cowboys, and I don't like the fact that I cannot move the star around. Now you guys know I love stars. That's probably why I always love the Cowboys, because they have the star. So see, look. The Fresh Gamer says, "Damn right there, cheaters." Luke Taylor says, "Damn, Mel, you broke my heart there. I'm so sorry." All right, so I'm not going to talk about sports anymore because I'm failing. Xbot said, no.
Tweet Phil Spencer and tell him you want to be able to move the star on your.
know
Well, I mean,
what?
obviously, there's probably. I mean, on the controller's only so big, so it could.
Yeah, but
Realistically,
you should be able to
it could
extend
probably
it.
either go on the left, part of the controller, or the right, where you actually hold the controller. So I don't know if that's. I mean, it's again, if it's a Design Lab product, meaning that you're personally designing the controller of your dreams, you probably should be allowed to move the star around. I mean, or the whatever.
Hey, oh snaps!
What?
I'm gonna mail you a white crayon and just send me $1. You'll save a lot of money. Just draw a star.
I am not. Wait.
She is not messing up.
I'm sending you
her
$1.
pretty green controller.
I have crayons. Don't worry. Plenty of them. Xbot said no. And he's talking smack about the Cowboys. I told him to shut up. It was my opinion. Oh, he said they suck. So, man, Fresh Gamer says, yes, the Cowboys do suck. Gosh, you guys are mean. We got a bunch of Cowboys thumbs down. You know what? I don't want to talk anymore. Oh, man. You guys are hurting my feelings. How about that?
Let's segue into what actually sucks, and that would be GameSpot.
GameSpot
Let's talk about.
does suck.
This is my favorite channel.
Yeah, let's talk about GameSpot sucking. How about that?
Cowboys suck balls. Stop it. You guys are mean. Okay. So, you know what? I do want to say, and I appreciate you changing the subject because, we'll just talk about the same thing over and over for an hour if you leave me to it. I go to GameSpot a lot to kind of see what's going on in the gaming news. Now, if there's someone who didn't have, let's say, the gaming community to kind of set things straight and they were very impressionable, it would really suck to be that person. All right.
Yes,
so,
absolutely, for
like
sure, because they are very popular, like IGN, and someone who's new and impressionable may take their word as gospel, and that's terrible because a lot of these recently released articles are strictly opinion pieces and not actual facts, and that's a problem.
Oh, indeed it is. And the one that we're discussing today, where I don't remember the guy's name. I have
actually printed out because I posted a video yesterday about this.
Oh, beautiful. I totally missed your video. I'll definitely check it out later.
I put it up yesterday. It's probably, honestly, again, I've only done 9 so far, but for me, it was my most powerful and passionate video that I've done so far since launching the channel. So I encourage people to take a look at it. Again, it's very fairly discussed. The guy that wrote the story, his name is Oscar Deas.
All right, thank
you. And I don't know him obviously because I don't really go to GameSpot. But I can tell you this is what exactly the lead of what it says. Now you're clicking, right? You're on your computer, you're on your tablet, your phone, you're at work, and you click this story, and this is what it says: Xbox One X has the power, but lacks the games to be a worthwhile purchase. So now, if you're on the fence of buying the system, you're like, well, what is this? Wait, hold on a second. It
What
doesn't
do
have
you
the
mean?
games. What does this guy mean? And then right underneath it, it says opinion. I'm not planning on buying an Xbox One X yet. You know, if you read the story, the guy really he contradicts everything that he says from beginning to end of the story.
Well, first of all, how can you like? I can understand that, you know, they're gaming quote unquote journalists, right? But
Right.
you're saying this lacks power. I mean, not lacks power. It has power, but lacks games. And I don't know if I'm gonna purchase it. Like, I feel like these people that do this, they really have to give it a fair shot, you know. And I understand it's about games, all right, but there's been plenty of times where, let's say, a PS4 Pro or a PS4 in general was sparse on games, you know? So this kind of pisses me off because, you know, when PS4 was quote unquote sparse on games, you didn't see all the gaming media saying, hey, I wouldn't buy this console because they don't have any games. No, they were like, this console has plenty of games, blah, blah, blah. So anyways, I'm sorry for cutting you off. Please.
No, that's okay. You see, why I'm saying he contradicts himself, because here's the thing, and it shocks me. And this goes to the Ryan McCaffreys at IGN and the Brian Altanos, all of these, you know, supposed big time gamers, right? They're big gamers. They work for IGN. They work for GameSpot. They know what they're talking about. Yet they don't have 4K TVs, right? They don't have Xbox One X's. Some of them don't even have Pros. Now, here's the thing, and I'm going to do a mooch analogy here, and I'm not going to use food. I'm going to use actually work. Let's just say, for instance,
I like food too.
Let's just say, for instance, I'm a plumber, right? You call me to your house. Say, listen, my sink is stopped up. I got to do the dishes. I got to get the kids off. I come to your house without my tools.
Oh.
How the F am I going to fix your plumbing? I'm not going to be able to. So my question to the chat, to anyone that's listening, how do you work in the business of video games, right? That's your job. You work 40 hours a week. You have an office. You have a cubicle. You have your little amiibo set up on your desk, right? You're a big Nintendo fan, whatever, right? And you don't have the equipment at home to do a proper review on the enhanced version of The Witcher 3, let's just say. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I don't personally understand that. So this knucklehead, this is what he says in his, and again, I'm not going to read the whole article. I'm just going to read you a small smidget. And if you want to check it out and give this jerk clicks, by all means, go to GameSpot. Me, I wouldn't even provide it in the link.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
Hold on. I'm gonna defend GameSpot for a second.
Sure, go ahead.
I mean, they can't really do reviews yet because they still can't find the settings button on the Xbox.
Yeah, no, that's true. They have trouble finding the settings button, which is shocking to me. But this is what he said.
That's a really good defense, I must say.
And there's too much A button; they can't concentrate.
It's sad. We live in a sad world.
You're gonna read.
He says, and he says it again. A small piece of the article. For what it's worth, he doesn't own a PS4 Pro, and that he's not the type to shell out wads of cash for smallish gains in performance. And there's nothing that Microsoft could ever do about that. He then continues with Sony's exclusive lineup over the last few years has made him at least stop and consider buying a PS4 Pro. Now, here's the thing. There's a couple of holes in this story of his, okay? Mm-hmm. First of all, yes, 2017 was an amazing year for the PlayStation brand, not just in sales, but they had the best year of exclusives they've ever had since 2013 when it launched. So, okay, we give them credit. Kudos, you know, the golf clap, good for Sony. Give them credit. They pulled out all the stops. Mm-hmm. But he's talking about, well, prior years. I would like to know what games he's talking about, because every holiday from 2013 to 2016, they had nothing. This holiday is just as sparse as any holiday because all they have is a crappy driving game and Knack 2.
Indeed.
So, I mean, listen, yes, Horizon Zero Dawn, fantastic game. Neo, fantastic game. Nier Automata, awesome game. But what again, he's in the business. He does this for a living. He's making a statement about the Xbox One X, which is, again, if you hate Digital Foundry or you like them, all they've done since the launch of the Xbox One X is do side-by-side comparisons, showing absolute fact that, yes, the Xbox One X outpaces the PS4 Pro in every sense of the word. Game after game after game after game. This article was just posted on the 25th. This is supposed to be a professional gaming journalist.
It's supposed to be like a professional opinion piece? Or...
Yeah, I don't. You know what? I would like... even if it was his opinion, Mel, it would be far from professional because there's so many holes in his opinion. It's crazy.
Anyone that works at IGN or GameSpot should own every console, and I just think that's stupid.
Own them. They should shell out the money for them, because if you're sitting here discussing something, all right, so like I don't have an Xbox One X, but we do have one in the house, and I can use it anytime I want. Right. You know, but we have Red in the chat and Andy Mack, and they're both pointing out the fact that it's all about the clickbait, and sadly, that's what it is. But I don't feel that.
And a big shout out to Red 67. We were talking this morning on Twitter, and I told him I would give him a shout out because he actually said that this would be a good story.
But I feel like, all right, if you have something like GameSpot, right? I almost said GameStop. But you have GameSpot where they discuss gaming news. That should be the facts. The opinion should not be there. Like, granted, right now, this is our opinion, right? We're a gaming podcast. We're talking about our opinions, but this is not a major news outlet for gaming. They should not have their opinion pieces there. They should have their opinion pieces elsewhere and have the facts on there. You know, and that kind of pisses me off. You know, and then Tony Almeida says, I hate clickbait. People in our community uses that, you know, and I see a lot of that too. I'm sick and tired.
They've always done that since the Xbox One launch. I mean, it's a total Sony fanboy haven. IGN GameSpot's probably worse than IGN. But...
See, you know what I always went for though? Like, I never really looked into the fanboy aspect of it. It was more of just gaming news in general. And sometimes you can see when they're trying to hit. Other times it's, you know, it's a nice, even tone. And I really think it depends on who's writing and how, you know, their monetary gain is. Like, if they're not doing good, obviously they're going to go into that console war because that's quick and easy, right?
Yeah, you definitely get the clicks with that.
So,
I mean, like, say they had a Patreon, like their channel has been built on the last 3 years of Sony fans subscribing, and that's where their audience is. Yeah. What are you gonna do? Like, just say good stuff about Xbox and lose all the revenue that's coming in? I mean,
no, but you know what though? Again, it's I understand. Listen, at the end of the day, it is an absolute business. People need to get paid. Insurances need to get paid. I totally understand that. And it's, you know, but there are limitations that when you're a journalist, you have something.
They're not journalists, though.
No, I mean, but they are still, regardless of what you think that they are. Technically, by definition of their employment, they're a journalist. All right, you know, okay, they're not covering the Iraq War or the bank robbery that happened down the block, but they're still journalists. And on top of that, the one thing that's been missing from the gaming media for quite some time is objectivity. And that's the first thing that they teach you in journalist school. You know, you're supposed to, when you look at a situation, you're supposed to look at it fairly and decisively. You know, you can't like if I was a journalist and I was a Steeler fan, would I not cover the other team that was playing? Right. No, you have to cover what's happening. So again, a lot of these, if you've noticed over the last, you know, couple of years, you know, we would say that journalism has really taken, you know, fallen asleep at the wheel, so to speak, because everything is simply, you know, opinion pieces just for clicks, and that's it. No, there's no real journalism in gaming media at all.
Oh, shout out to Dirty in the chat. He says, bring Adam Sessler back. Yes, I agree.
Yes,
He was
yes,
awesome.
Adam Sessler. You know what? Say what you want about the guy with the whole Friday the 13th debacle, but that guy was a journalist.
Oh, yeah.
When he spoke, he had my attention. I'm going to be honest with you. And another one who just came back into gaming, I'm not sure if you guys are a fan or not, is Colin Moriarty. That used to be with Greg Miller. You know, he stepped away from Kind of Funny. They had a bit of a falling out. I stopped as soon as he left and he got the shaft the way he did. I stopped. I unsubscribed everything Kind of Funny, and I support him on his channel. He just started getting back into the gaming business, and he's another guy who tells it like it is, right, wrong, or indifferent. And yeah, he's a Sony fan, but he's a real journalist.
Yeah,
I think. Go ahead.
Well, in the chat, I almost knocked over my light. HTK, what's up, HTK? He said tabloid journalist. I would say journalist.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
they are tabloid journalists, and you know what's the sad part though is all right. Gaming news has been all right. Last week it was really quiet, kind of, you know, and this week it's picking up, but. You know, I feel like they're just pulling shit out of their ass right now just because they need to stir the pot. You know,
Yeah, they're super clickbaity, and I don't know. More and more people are seeing right through them, and they're going to smaller YouTubers. And I think it's just a matter of time before GameSpot goes under. Then I think IGN's going to fall under them.
And dude, that's a fantastic point, and I absolutely agree with you. And I think the reason why all of this clickbait is happening is because desperation is setting in. The smaller YouTube channels and the smaller YouTube podcasts that we're either all a part of or listen to, because I listen to a ton of them, are the audience that have left the general gaming media because they're garbage.
indeed they are. Creating Beyond Limits. Are you still here with us?
Yeah, I'm still here. I was just really invested in everything Boone was saying, so I was just like, I was just listening. I was like, yeah, I agree. Yeah, GameStop suck. Oh, well, that article was shit. Yeah, GameSpot. I always fucking say the wrong thing.
I did.
Yeah, they suck. That article was literally completely biased. It was unnecessary. Anything to just take away from the good sales that the Xbox One X has been getting.
Oh, indeed.
It's just completely
Xbox
unnecessary.
has been killing it.
Yeah, and then they had to have something negative to say because, you know, they don't have any big holiday game coming out this year. If you don't include PUBG as a exclusive for the year, they don't have like a Halo or a Gears, so they have to trash on it this year. Even though Sony hasn't had anything at this point, like at the end of the year release for the last few years in a row, they have had games this year. I'm not saying that they've had games throughout their whole generation, but they're scattered. And this year, Xbox doesn't have anything at the end of the year. So let's just say the Xbox has no games. Write an article. Lots of people are going to click on it. And yeah, we're going to get money. But
Oh, yeah, the 10 reasons why Xbox sucks, right? That's going to be the title for our article. And then we're going to write all the positive shit in there. And then people are going to get mad at us. And they're like, you guys are liars and false news and fake news and this, that, and the other, right? But I think that's what we should start
all
doing.
of the things that got, like, the IGNs and stuff that got shut down, like game trailers, that went like 2 years ago or something, probably longer. But that was a much better site, and everyone over there was better than people at IGN and GameSpot. I thought Game Trailers was great, but they're gone now. But the people are still doing the Easy Allies thing, but the actual website and all is gone, so they're going to be following soon, I think.
Indeed. They're on their way out, and, you know, they're cementing their place in the doorway.
They've fallen down to a new douche low.
A douche low? Douche is the word of the day, my dears. Douche is the word of the day.
They're thinking of the next clickbait article right now.
Oh, you know what? That's okay.
It.
I'm going to start clickbaiting. I'm going to make a video. It's going to be like, top 10 reasons why the PS4 is the best console. It's going to be PS4.
Oh, you're gonna make money. They're gonna be, the company's gonna be knocking at your door.
It's gonna be all about Xbox. Yeah, you know what? In 2017, once Xbox all healed all that good stuff, we're actually working on a fake news network. We talked about it a while back, but we haven't really been able to delve into it, and that's our goal for 2017. It's gonna be awesome. So anyways, I mean, I'm pretty sure we have exhausted this because I really don't want to give these people like
Right.
I don't want to
agree.
give them too much attention, but at the same time, it's good to see people are, you know, not falling for the bullshit anymore. You know, at least some people in the gaming community, but not everybody has that safety net where they can say, you know, see different people's opinions and kind of be able to differentiate from the facts and the bullshit, you know? So I do, and this has been in the news a lot lately. We've talked about this probably for a few episodes. I do want to talk about the Star Wars
I have the story right in front of me.
Beautiful.
They are.
See, look at you are
He's on
fucking
it.
together today. Because you know
That's a journalist right there, Mr. Boomstick. That's what I'm talking about. That's real.
Listen,
journalism.
I'm going to be
Boomstick
honest
is
with you
on
guys. I love this stuff. Again, I've always dreamt of doing my own content, and now that I'd rather write an article or a script for my my channel than play a game. That's how like super into it I am.
You know what? And then you should follow that. I mean, obviously, you're gonna have to play games to write about them, but do
Yes,
your
of
articles,
course.
then take a break and play some games, and then go back to it because you know what? You're living your dream right now. You're doing what you want to do, and that's awesome. So
Well, you know what? And here's the thing. Honestly, and I've told you this publicly and privately, and I say the same thing about Mooch. Because of people like yourself and Mooch who gave me a chance, it's the second half of 2017 has been the biggest bright spot for me personally in my entire life. Like I'm no words can describe how thankful I am for the opportunities that both you and Mooch presented to me.
don't thank me, but you're welcome. I don't take it well when people, you know, compliment me or thank me. I know it's really weird. But you know, we're just happy to have you here. To be honest,
Well,
you know, you add some spice to the show.
Well, I certainly appreciate it, but let's talk about EA, and
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say that after losing 3.1 billion with a B in stock value after the Loot Crate shenanigans.
Can we
I don't-
rewind? Did you say 3.1 billion?
Yes, billion with a B. Right.
B,
That's exactly how much money they lost in stock value after the Battlefront 2 uproar and the whole Loot Crate shenanigans.
That's
So
pretty
I'll
insane.
drink to that.
I think it's
Was all that after the game released, or was some of
Yes,
it
yes.
before?
Uh-huh.
This is, and it's been confirmed that sales for Battlefront 2, especially physically, are way down from the initial Battlefront. Now, you know, when it launched last, I think was it last year? Yeah, I think it was the last Battlefront that came out. Was it's like a tale of two different games, even though technically it's a part 1 and it's a part 2. They're still in the same series, and this is because they try to dupe consumers into and this is greed at play, and they really got their hand burnt. You know what? Good for them, because EA, like I told you, they are not a good company at all, not to their employees and certainly not to the fans. And I hope that this loss opens up the door for other companies to think twice about trying to, like literally bait and switch their consumers.
I think we all know who's getting worst company of the year.
Oh, absolutely, for sure. But you know what? I don't want to go into it too much because I think we'll segue into it. The recent Destiny XP situation.
Sean Murray, hide. The cops are coming. Sean Murray.
Sean Murray. He's running for cover. But yeah, that's they lost a lot of money. I'm sure that the player count has significantly gone down since its launch. Sales are obviously been reported as being very light as opposed to the original. and the only people you can blame is EA for trying to be greedy.
I just want to say
greedy.
it sucks that all of this happened. Like, DICE are probably gonna get some people let go if EA starts like cutting losses and stuff like that.
Oh, sure.
Like, they made a great game, a solid shooter. It actually has a pretty interesting story. Lots of people are complaining that it's not the longest, but from what I've seen, it looks pretty interesting, and it's cool to actually have a story mode finally attached to this game that's that's actually canon to the actual Star Wars lore. So it's something else to invest in. But if they get people let go over this just because they were forced to have fucking microtransactions in the game because EA is making them do all this bullshit so they can just rip people off and get more money. Like, that's the bad thing about this, that people end up losing their jobs over it. But we can't support that kind of shit. Like, we're not going to support EA fucking putting pay-to-win microtransactions in the game. If they were going to have microtransactions, they could have done it in a much better way. With cosmetic stuff or something small like that, not some pay-to-win bullshit. Like, they did a good thing saying that there was going to be free DLC, but then they have to, like, wreck it with all this shit.
In the chat, Mr. Glass says, don't clap if companies go bankrupt. We don't get AAA games. I can totally understand that, but we can't settle for what they did with the loot box progression system. And that's really, it sucks because you have one side where it's like you want to support the games, you want to support the developers and everything. But on the other end, and obviously we want AAA games, but on the other end, we cannot settle for the bullshit that does go on, and we cannot make that, allow it in a sense to be the norm. Like, we just cannot allow that. Now, I did not buy this game. I am not a Star Wars fan, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just not. Actually, I'm not sorry. I'm not a Star Wars fan. And that's the main reason. You know what? Shut up. I'll mute you too. The
dark side is in you.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I just never got into it, and that's that. So if I had, I probably would have gotten this game just because so many people in the community got it. So many people talked about it. And so many people were hyped for the game. So many people got it right off the bat, pre-ordered, right? Boomstick, you pre-ordered.
Yep, I sure did. I would be the first. I'd be lying if I say I didn't.
So if I was, into that type of game, which it did look interesting, and I totally thought about giving it a try. I'm not gonna lie. But it did. It to me, I would be more impressionable by the community in general, than I would to just purchase the game outright. Because if I see my friends having fun with it, I'm going to want to get it. All right. And that's really where it is. It's more of something that I can enjoy with my friends. And that's why I would get the game. But I'm kind of happy I didn't. And I feel like really bad for those people who are, getting screwed over, honestly. And I don't think it's fair at all.
Well, I'm going to tell you one of the biggest problems is that they thought by pulling out the loot crates, right, that was going to fix everything. Everyone's going to go back to playing. See, the problem with that is if you were an early adopter and you went out and you spent $100 on loot crates, you have, purple cards across the board. Now, the person who didn't buy the loot crates, who's simply going to grind grind to get everything and find the parts and make the cards, they're getting smoked. And I'm one of them. Like, I have a few purple cards because I bought the deluxe edition and they came free with it. But the amount of credits that you get, it is, remember I told you I was going to do that thing. I unlocked most of the characters, but wow. I think the most I've ever gotten is like 387 credits for a game, and that's because I came in like maybe the top 5 or something. Mm-hmm. It is such a slow grind that it almost seems like we're going to take out the loot crates, but we're going to reduce the amount of, credits you get per game. So instead of playing 20 games to get to one character, now you got to play 200. Mm-hmm. This game I don't think it's ever going to recover. I'm going to be honest with you. I think it's so tainted, and the fan base and the community is just so up in arms over this, and they rightfully should be up in arms over this, that this game, I don't know if you're going to see a 3. I don't know if you're going to see a Battlefield 3, to be honest.
I just got a notification on my phone that says $30 guaranteed credit when you trade in either Call of Duty World War II or Star Wars Battlefront 2 to
For
GameStop.
GameStop, right? Yeah, I actually just got that also.
And, considering all the BS that's going on, that's a pretty interesting offer.
Well, $30 for the game, sure. I mean, you know what it is also. Let's not fake the funk, people. December 1st is Friday, and 2 weeks after that is the next Star Wars game. So this game is gonna sell. Don't feel bad for EA. Trust me, these money whores are gonna be like Mr. McDuck swimming in through the gold.
Indeed, they will. And you know what the thing is? Christmas is upon us, guys.
Yes,
it's less than a month away, and people buy everything. Speaking of Christmas, there is a competition for a $50 Xbox gift card. I just relinked it. Daz has been linking it in the chat. Make sure you guys enter that because it's December 24th. You can win that $50.
That's a game.
Anyways, yeah, that's it's a little bit less. I mean, it could be a few games if you guys get the deals. Just saying.
Save that for your sale.
I mean, I think it's absolutely crazy though. And $3.1 billion in stock that people just, I just want to, I don't understand how stocks work fully. Okay. I mean, I've had money in stock and then I took them out early and, all that stuff. But, that's a big chunk of change. That's not millions. It's not thousands, it's billions of dollars. So what's going to happen to this company? Is it going to go under?
No, EA is one of probably up there. I mean, they're one of the richest companies in North America. There's no doubt about that. I mean, simply because they hold the cards to the NFL franchise and FIFA and NHL.
And they're all yearly release games that make millions.
Yeah, I don't think they're in trouble, but I can tell you right now that unfortunately, like CBL was saying earlier, who's going to get the brunt of this is going to be the people that made this game, and you're going to see in the news, and I'm hoping it's after the holidays, for God's sakes, because it would be devastating for you to lose your job right before the holidays. That would be crippling to some families. But you're gonna see a big layoff to take the brunt of this
That's so sad.
And it is, and CBS 100% right. That's exactly what they're gonna do. The little man is the one that's gonna pay for this.
Hey, they fire people all the time anyway. They buy
Yes.
They buy stuff, then they sell it, and they buy IPs and sell it and ruin it and stuff. I don't know. I hope this just sends shockwaves to every other publisher around, because I'm really proud of gamers that drew a line in the sand and said you pushed us too far.
Guys, I'm going to take it to the chat real quick. Eric,
yeah, sure.
Eric the Red 06, there's a lot of red going on in the chat, says, we as consumers shouldn't accept bullshit tactics to scrape more money from us. AAA games should not resemble cell phone app games. If EA wants to do business that way, then they should make app games. That is an incredibly good point. And that kind of does bother me. The fact that and I'm one of those people that I fall for the apps, and I, might throw a little money down here or there, and that's acceptable if that's what you choose. If it's a game that resembles that and it's on your phone and all that, then yeah, it makes sense. If you want to pay, that's up to you. And I guess, we all have an option here, but at the end of the day, where people, are paying to win, that kind of blows. Then Chris Hughes Sr. says, get your cash, $30, and buy PUBG. So yeah, go take your Battlefront 2 to GameStop, get your $30.
Go buy PUBG, yes.
Get some PUBG so you can play with me.
December 12th.
Oh, December 12th.
And Mel, if you don't play with me in PUBG, you're going to be fired from the show.
You shut up. You just shut your mouth. You're cheating. December 12th, we have PUBG and the little jelly people. I forgot what the fuck they're called. What is that one for PS4? I always know the name of it, and now I can't think. But anyways, I'm going to go back to the chat real quick.
Gang Beast, Noble Addiction, got it.
Oh, Gang Beast. Thank you, Noble. Let me see. I lost Guys, I lost the chat where I wanted to read. Oh, Andy Mack says nobody bats an eyelash at FIFA's microtransactions. It's strange. Now I don't play FIFA, so I don't really know much about what they have.
Dude, if people want to hurt EA and really stick it to them, you go after FIFA and fucking boycott that shit. See how hard that hits them, because 25% of their income comes from FIFA.
Oh yeah,
You really want to boycott the crates.
I'm gonna boycott. I'm not gonna get that game. I guarantee I'm not gonna get any FIFA game for as long as I live. I haven't had any trouble doing it so far, so I'm gonna stick to it.
You know what? I don't believe you creating Beyond Limits. I think you're gonna get it, and I think secretly that's what you do. And then
I play FIFA. I have a different account that I just play FIFA most of the time when I'm not on Fortnite or anything else. It's FIFA.
I know the truth. I'm on to you. I'm on to you.
You know what really pisses me off? I got WWE 2K18, and there's freaking loot crates in it.
It is a trend, but I am going to say this. I think Mel hit the nail on the head that this is going to send shockwaves through every company moving forward. And again, from this story, I kind of want to touch. I don't want to beat the horse, but there is a big Destiny thing going on, and they kind of got caught with their pants down. And Activision once again is at it to screw the fans. Now,
two birds of the same feather flock together.
Yeah,
I never buy anything EA or Activision.
It is. You know what?
Activision's
I hate walling myself
stock is doing better than EA.
Probably, but you know what? The scandal just broke. It's maybe a day or two old. It's now really starting to work its way into the media, which of course we don't trust, but it's being talked about on all the podcasts, including this one. And basically what happened was their XP system for Destiny 2 was broken, and they knew it. And Bungie knew this. And basically what was happening is if you were competing in an event, the XP for your character, let's just say use a number, you were supposed to get 10,000 XP points. You were getting 5% of that. So basically that XP was used to get those special engrams that give you like all the dances and the colors and the clothes and the different, the shaders and the different ships. And basically they did that so it would encourage gamers to not want to grind and simply buy these engrams, which were like, when you bought, I think the package might have been like, you need to like spend $20. And they got caught out there. And now, who do you trust? Two big companies, two big games, Destiny 2, Battlefront 2. And instead of just buying the game, you're getting screwed to not only you think you're grinding to get this engram, right? And you think you're doing the right thing, and you put 40 hours in a week instead of working. You took off and you played Destiny, and you should have had it 5 times over. But yet they lowered it in such a way where you were literally being scraps off the plate for XP. And when does it stop? When do these companies just put out a game and it just you play the game and you get XP normal? You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to know.
Just games and not, and I have to say, like, I'm one of those people, I buy the extras if I can afford to, if I want it, and I kind of just miss normal games where you don't have that. And then, I'm pretty sure like it's like Super Lucky's Tale, Cuphead, those games. They don't have that extra where you can...
Right, it's just a simple game. You buy the game, you play the game, you enjoy the game, and that's it.
Yeah, and, I just have to wonder, and I can't help but wonder, do people play these games and say, man, I really wish that there was more to it. I really wish I had options to get, extra this or extra, So it's like, I feel like we need a poll or something, because I know that I just miss the nice basic, hey, here's a game, you just spend $60 on this. But I do like options. I cannot bullshit, but I like getting a
I mean,
deal
look,
from it.
I'm a big fan. I don't know how many people in the chat like the game. I'm a big fan of Titanfall 2. I love the series. I love being like I was a big when I was a kid. My brother and I we were big Macross fans. So Robotech was like a big deal for us, right? Like we played with the toys and we watched the anime. So, you know, Titanfall kind of hit that niche for us. It was like, okay, wow, you're in a big mech, you know, you're a pilot, you're running on the walls, great. So I love Titanfall 1 and 2. See, Titanfall 2, all that they have done is support that game every 3 months with new content, right? New maps, new modes, new everything. And how do they pay their employees, right? Like after the game initially sells, well, they have obviously cosmetics. Now, cosmetic DLC is fine. You know, if you want a different color gun or you want to, you know, the zombie paint for your mech, whatever, that's fine. But that's the player's choice to buy. You don't have to buy that. It does not change the way you play the game because the guy that's standing next to you looks like a zombie and you look like just a mech. It doesn't hurt the game.
I would definitely buy it just to look like a zombie. Just saying.
Me too. I've probably spent about $30 or $40 on paints on Titanfall 2. I'm not opposed to microtransactions at all, with a limitation, of course. You know, if let's say, for instance, the guy next to me has more money than I do, and he spends $150 to my $40, and he has guns I can't get, and he's smoking me every match. Now the game is completely broken.
Yeah.
But they didn't do that. It's just some simply cosmetic stuff, and everything else you earn in the game by what? Simply playing the game.
Yeah.
More companies need to do what Respawn did.
Indeed. In the chat real quick, Seth Berg says, hang up. I lost it. He says, I think that EA has become the scapegoat for this loot crate epidemic. Many other companies are just as guilty, but EA gets the brunt because they're easy targets. He also goes on to say, hold up, why aren't people freaking out about Overwatch? Oh wait, that won Game of the Year last year. Never mind. So he brings up some very interesting points. You know, and it is an epidemic, but you know, I guess there has to be like, yeah, it's okay to have these loot crates or this, that, and the other. I hate calling them loot crates, but that's what they are. But
yeah, Overwatch does it right, though.
Yes, Overwatch does do it right. Yes, they absolutely do.
They're like the perfect example.
More like, let's say, one specific person who is constantly monitoring these and, you know, making sure that they are offering fair content and definitely doing it right and things like that. But you know what, CBL, please go on.
Yeah, I was just saying, Overwatch does it right. It's the perfect example of what microtransactions in a game should be. That game offers free downloadable content. Like, every character and map that's going to be getting added to the game, they've already released a few characters since it released and a few maps. Every time they do, they're free. You don't have to pay anything extra. It's always going to be getting updates. They've been doing a brilliant job doing summer events, Christmas events, Halloween events, and stuff like that. Bringing out characters. You don't have to pay anything extra. But the game does have loot boxes. But all that as is cosmetic stuff like character skins, emotes. Nothing that actually affects any sort of gameplay in any way.
You know what?
It just makes your...
I'm sorry to cut you off, but it may not affect gameplay, but I know that, you know, my stepson is constantly, he's a big Overwatch fan, you know, and he was, I don't know exactly for what, maybe it was just skins, but he was like, hey, can I get a Xbox gift card so I can get this, that, and the other? You know, of course, he pays me and I give him the gift card. I order it online and then he goes and gets what he needs. But, you know, are these things earnable is my question.
Yeah, well, you can actually pay because there's actual gold that you can get in the loot boxes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you can actually save up the gold to buy something individually. It does cost a lot to buy them like separately, but it is doable and you can grind for it. Or you can just take your chances with the loot boxes and hopefully get a random. You do get a loot box every time you random up. And they do have event things where if you win 3 games in a row.
It takes me forever to get a loot box, so
The higher level you get, it takes longer. But they do have these, when you win 3 matches in a row, you get a loot box. And if you win another 3, you get another loot box. And that will reset every week or something like that. But they don't, like I said, they give you free DLC. It's something that's not breaking the game. They need to, if you want to have the game to get support after it's released, they still need to make money. And this is a way for them to make money. And everyone can get all the new maps. It's not going to break at all, and it's just something small like cosmetics.
Well, it's not just loot boxes. It's this pre-ordering stuff that they're sticking in with things like even Star Wars Battlefront 2 this year. They stuck in a bunch of stuff that would make you OP right when you started. Last year, Star Wars Battlefront 1, they if you pre-ordered, you get that Han Solo gun. You just smoke everyone.
Yeah, that was bad. The Han Solo gun was a one-shot kill.
Damn it, I should have got it. All right, so real quick. Sev says, with all due respect to the panel, I see your point about cosmetic loot crates, but a loot crate is a loot crate, and by definition, their contents are random. So he has a valid point there.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not a loot box. It is random, but it's not anything that breaks the game. And there is a way for you, even though it's a grind, even if there's a skin that you want, it is possible for you to save and get that individually. If it's a Halloween event or something like that, you are timed on how long you have, because those events don't last forever. It'll be like a month and a half long. But if you're really dedicated and have time available, it is possible for you to grind. It'll take a lot, but you'll be able to grind and get that money, hopefully, to get the skin.
Yeah, this is a really good conversation, because Todd in the chat says, could you consider the Elite controller, quote unquote, pay to win? Now, that's a good question, because it has other options for you to better your gaming. You know?
Well, you know what? Coming from someone who actually does use some of those advantages, like the lock triggers, for instance, where my trigger pull obviously is quicker than yours if you don't have it. Here's the thing. It's a $150 controller, and before the Elite controller came out, custom controllers for the gaming circuit as well as home play have been for years. This isn't just because the Elite controller is in the in all of our minds because it's been brought to the forefront by Microsoft themselves. But custom controllers, let's understand something. This is not new. This isn't a new fad. Mm-hmm. There have been companies for years making these $200 controllers.
The modded controllers.
Yes, absolutely.
I've never had one.
Yeah, no, me either. I would never.
Okay, I lied. I did not have a modded controller that helped me do better in my game. Aside from the fact that with the GameCube, I had one that had fans because I get sweaty hands. Okay.
but that.
Please continue. I mean, that's the only thing that I had that was an advantage because I was tired of wiping my sweaty hands every 2 seconds, so I had to get a fan. Okay, there you have it, guys. I have sweaty palms.
Dude, and Destiny 1, the first Destiny, I would dominate with the Elite controller I put the bumpers on the back pedals.
Yes. If you again, here's the thing. You're buying it, and again, it's a $150 controller. Not everyone can afford it, and that's completely understandable. I mean, for crying out loud, you could have picked up an Xbox One S for $189, with 2 games for literally just a little over the price of an Elite controller. Mm-hmm. So it is an expensive proposition. There's no doubt about it, but it really starts to be a fine line to walk. Loot crates are one thing. Actual controllers are I think really kind of taken off the table simply because it does it make you a better player? I don't really know if it would. Yeah, my trigger pull might be better, but that doesn't make me better in Call of Duty.
No. How did we get back to controllers? I don't want to talk about controllers.
No. But he brought up something in the chat that was interesting. Would you consider the Elite controller like a pay-to-win kind of a thing? And I would say absolutely not.
Mr. Glass says the triggers on the Elite do give you an advantage, and I do believe that was one of the selling points.
Yes.
So this is really great conversation, and I love that so many people have different opinions about this because, this is something maybe to kind of dig deeper into in
Yes,
kind of
for sure.
comparison and, maybe a future show or something, because it's very interesting and I like seeing all the different views on this, and it's very, a very great chat. I'm loving it because I
mean,
like
again,
seeing.
at the end of the day, you still have to play the game, right? You still have to. Of course, we don't like pay to win. So the idea of loot boxes, that if I buy more than you and I'm going to get more OP stuff. Yeah, I get that. But when it comes to like the actual controllers, as a gamer, you still have to pick up that controller, and if you don't know what you're doing, you're still going to lose.
Mm-hmm.
You got to put time and effort, like like you would anything else,
I have
into
a question about the controllers as an advantage. Say you have like a controller and then you put a cowboy star on it. Will that make you play NFL better? I'm just curious.
You're an asshole.
Yeah, I think so.
It better make you play better for $94.99 plus tax, and then if you get the engraving right now, it's free, but in the future it won't be.
It gives Snap's team spirit. She has an edge.
You
Pay
know
to
what?
win.
It would definitely
It'll
give me
make
a
you a
little bit of
pro
team spirit,
player.
but I don't play sports games aside from racing. Just saying. All right, so
The
guys,
racing wheels is gonna pay to win. Kind of.
this has been really awesome conversation, and I really appreciate everybody putting in their opinions. And I definitely,
Oh, our chat is
It's
lit
been
today.
And I would like
No
to dive
doubt
into this
about
some
it.
more. I would like to, take what other people say and kind of break it down. Maybe do it like a, pro con comparison type of thing at some point in time, because it's been really awesome. But we do have to move on because it's almost noon here. I know it's not noon where everybody is, but it's almost noon here, and I got some stuff to do today. So I don't want to cut it short, but unfortunately we do have to, because we have some other things to dive into. But we've gotten through a lot. I'm surprised, guys. So Fortnite now supports Xbox One X in 4K. And I guess the Skyrim and Fallout 4 patches also hit today as well. So
Yeah.
Don't tell CBL.
Oh, snap.
Fortnite?
What?
Better
The
than
Fortnite, huh?
Xbox One X or 4K, so it's okay. I can hold off on playing the game.
It's okay. I don't have
Until
one
later.
either. So, just saying. But yeah, why don't you, since you shared the article, Supersonic Station, kind of dive into a little bit.
I don't know. Go download the patch on your Xbox One X if
You're
you
so
have it.
helpful.
You can.
So helpful. Boomstick.
4K
Yes.
enhanced. Fortnite, Fallout 4, and Skyrim. God bless Xbox.
God bless Xbox. All right, guys, I don't have an Xbox One X. I don't have a 4K TV yet. And I don't have Fallout 4, but it is on sale right now. And Skyrim, I don't have. I think I had a free one at some point. But obviously I have Fortnite, and I can play that on Xbox. Xbox. That's really hard to say. Say that 10 times fast.
Yeah, forget about it.
Yeah. So, now that these games are, because I guess they weren't on there was no definitive time as when they were going to be coming out.
The game's trickling out the enhancements for most of the games.
I wish they'd tell us what's like enhanced when they put games out.
Well, you gotta
And-
see for yourself.
And I'm kind of annoyed. I know we got 3 new ones, but I'm looking at my dashboard right now, and there's only like 4 rows, and I was like, I don't know, the way that they were promoting the Xbox One X, it seemed like all these games were going to be ready day one. And
Well, they said
fuck is it?
70 titles within the first week, and I'm pretty sure they hit that because I think I have
Yeah, I
about
do believe
50
they
games
delivered
that are
there.
enhanced.
Mhm.
So there was a total of 160 games in total.
They said, I mean, the month ahead of the release, they said that, but all the time before that, they're like, no, all these games are going to be ready.
So, I never got into Skyrim, but I know that is a big, it has a cult following. All right. And I always wanted to get into it. And when I was going to pick it up, I felt, and I know this sounds stupid, guys, but I felt so far behind, So that's something that I never really got into, because I felt like I wouldn't be able to keep up with everybody else, because, it's a bit older. But it's probably something that's going to look absolutely incredible. in 4K, as well as Fallout 4. That I mean, I can see Fallout 4 being 4K, but
I mean,
it's
listen,
kind of
listen.
not cartoon. I don't even know how to put it in words.
It's an ugly game. Let's just say that it's a great lot of stuff to do, but the game is ugly, man. I mean, when they said Fallout 4, you thought, okay, we're gonna be getting something really special here, folks. And in regards to gameplay, it's great, right? It still has its bugs. It's a Bethesda thing. If it doesn't have bugs, it wouldn't be a Bethesda game, right? So that's fine.
Early access.
But in reality, it is an ugly game to look at. I mean, it is dreadful. But the 4K, I haven't seen it yet. I'm hoping.
I'm more excited about Skyrim and Fallout 4 coming to PSVR actually in virtual reality than 4K.
That's
you're our
interesting.
VR guy for the panel. That's your thing, and that's awesome. I don't think I would play Skyrim or Fallout 4 in VR.
You might have a little bit of a heart attack if you
play
might in VR. Fallout 4, I can see them, like, let's say, certain things in there looking better, but I mean, I don't feel like there's a lot they can do with that game, but I want to see it too. Like,
there's lots of great mods in Fallout and Skyrim that make the games look better. I highly suggest trying out mods in those games, because we actually on the Xbox have mod support, and you can actually download quests and stuff like that. And there's even certain mods that add whole regions, like DLC-sized areas to the game.
And there's a mod that has Macho Man Randy Savage on it.
That's hilarious.
Now, I want to know from the chat who's excited for these updates or patches. And, if you guys are going to really dive into these games now because they are 4K. And I think the article said that they weren't sure if it was native or checkerboard. But I don't remember.
Andy Max said it's
those games.
1.79 gig for the update. That's really small, actually.
That is. That's not bad. And that's a pretty hefty game if you were to, let's say, pop it in right now and load it up. That's,
it's so slow.
Huh? No, like the game in general. Like, I don't have the game right now. My stepson has it, okay? But if I was to go buy Fallout 4, that's going to be like a pretty big file, correct?
Yeah, it's pretty big.
I think it's like 30 gigs. For some reason, like Bethesda do really well with this.
No,
they do good with their sizes on their games. Like, they don't usually be as big as you think, considering how big the massive world in their games are. Like, considering like Halo is like 100 gigs, you think Fallout and Skyrim would be pretty big too, but they're actually all right in size.
See, Skyrim, I feel intimidated by, because I feel like it's such an open world that it's got to be like this massive file.
Don't play The Witcher if you think that's intimidating. That's for sure.
I probably won't play The Witcher.
That game's amazing, though. You should play it.
I only put 4 hours into it, so I'm definitely gonna when that patch drops, I'm probably gonna play that game, because there is a lot to do. So for me, it was a little overwhelming, which is shocking to me, considering that I cannot stop playing Assassin's Creed, but. The game looked good already. A 4K patch is going to make that game look insane.
Indeed. I think a 4K patch is going to make everything look insane. So it's really, it's really going to be a new experience, I guess, in a sense, for everybody. An added experience. Let me put it that way. And it's just going to be a plus for those people who do have the game,
Oh, they're all free patches, which is fantastic. So if you own the game... hey, and you have an Xbox One X. You might as well do it. Absolutely.
Hang on. I'm like, there's a bunch of people in the chat. I'm trying to say
I like have it on Xbox 360, but I just won't buy remastered games. I refuse to do it. So I can't play it.
Rain G says, hit that like button and get 4K glasses. Guys, I am not taking responsibility for that. I don't have 4K glasses to give away. Well, I do want to kind of move on, because the 4K is not for everybody. I don't have a 4K TV, but I think it is pretty awesome for those of you who do have the games that you're going to be able to experience them in 4K. I know some people are really excited about it. I want to hear you guys' opinions.
Once you do it, you'll never go back. I promise.
Tweet me and let me know what what you think about it after you play it in 4K for a little bit, because that's pretty awesome. So there's a rumor, Devil May Cry 5 might be a PS4 exclusive. So I mean, obviously it's a rumor, and I'm not super excited about speculating. And I don't know who linked this article. It was probably Supersonic. But I would like to know your guys' thoughts on this. If it's,
I'm like GameSpot. I pull up shit news from the Inquirer.
Yeah, I mean, it was a gaming news outlet that we're not really familiar with, correct?
Yeah, I never heard of them, but
which may not be so bad.
Right? No, it's listen. If it's starting to circulate. Supersonic actually posted this yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And if it is true, I think, oh man, like if Sony keeps picking up IPs like that, like I love Devil May Cry. Like
if it's true, I'm really happy. Like I'm excited.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, discuss this, guys, because you guys seem very chatty in the chat about it.
Oh yeah, I'm a big Devil May Cry fan. If you think of Devil May Cry, you probably think about the PlayStation. So technically, it going to PlayStation isn't the most horrible thing. You see, the problem that I think that a lot of people have, and I've been very vocal on Twitter about this in the last 24 hours. The issue that I have isn't so much that it's going to be a PlayStation 4 exclusive. Good for them. They're getting good exclusives. And you know what? That shows confidence in the brand. It makes their fans, excited to be a fan of the actual product. So that's awesome. The problem is this. Devil May Cry 4 and DMC were both on the 360 and the remastered Xbox One, right? Mm-hmm. So we've had Devil May Cry games on an Xbox platform. Now, hypothetically speaking, if it turns out that Devil May Cry 5 is, in fact, funded by Sony, and it does obviously go, to the PlayStation 4, then I'm just going to play it on the PlayStation 4. I would rather use my Elite controller. I can't stand the DualShock. But I'm not going to not play the game because I'm a fan of the series. What concerns me is the heads at Microsoft, right? Your Aaron Greenbergs, right? Your Phil Spencers, your Mike Ybarras. These guys, they're all the top dogs, right?
Yeah.
They know what is in the pipeline for the Xbox system, right? They know up till 2018 E3 or beyond what games are coming out. So they're confident that, and when you hear them tweet, listen, we have games in the works, we're just not ready to... They know. What is frustrating as an Xbox fan, and I'm speaking for me, is that we don't know anything. So when you're on a podcast or you're involved in social media like we all are, and you see rumors and tweets and everyone, oh, Sony got another game, Sony got this game, Sony did a marketing deal here. And if you're an Xbox fan, even though, like I said, I support all three systems. I have a Switch, I have a Pro, I have an Xbox One. I love gaming, so I support everyone. But my main system is the Xbox. I get frustrated as hell to see all of this information coming out. Like, for instance, say what you want about Sony, about, oh, yeah, the game's not coming out till 2020. That may be fine and good, but at least we have a roadmap of what's coming out for Sony. And all their games are amazing. I mean, Spider-Man, God of War, Two Human. The list is tremendous. Regardless if it comes out next year or 2020, we have a roadmap and we know what games are coming out. So you're excited as a fan. As an Xbox fan, we don't know shit. And that is frustrating as hell.
That's really good.
We don't have any idea. We're speculating, right, that we're going to get a Halo 6 and
we don't even have communication from 343 about anything. 343 doesn't communicate anything anymore.
We're all happy. No one's taking no one's peeing on Microsoft's parade, right? We all have, most of us have an X. Sorry, Mel. We know we want you to get one.
Yeah. It's okay. I had the opportunity.
I don't have one either.
Oh, sorry, CBA. So half the panel doesn't have the X. Sorry, but I'm just saying that we're all excited. It's a good time to be an Xbox fan. They won NPD in November. You know, everyone's excited. Green streamers all over the place. But I'm going to be honest, and I please don't take me as shitting on Xbox. I am a frustrated fan because all we're talking about is the Xbox One X enhancement for games that are 3 years old. I want new games.
Xbox said, "Don't you dare say anything bad about 343." He wasn't chatting
I
up until
love
you heard that.
343. I was kidding. It's opposite day. I love 343.
Yeah,
Why are you sitting on Xbox, Bill?
No, I'm just saying that, you know, again, when you see when I saw this when Supersonic posted this, I started to get like a little anxious because I'm like, you know, I'm gonna get Devil May Cry 5. I'm gonna get it. You know, would get it on the Xbox first, or you know, better than the PS4 because I really not a fan of the DualShock. But I'm not going to miss out on the game. I'm definitely going to play it. It's just that when you see stories like that and you're an Xbox fan, you know, we're all talking about. I did a story this week on the possibility of Rise or Son of Rome 2 in 2018. Right? We all want a Sunset Overdrive 2. We all want you know, a Quantum Break 2. You know, they have a huge amount of tremendous IPs that they've said, well, you know, at this time we're not gonna do anything, and you know, we're in the process of putting studios together. So you kind of lose a little confidence as a fan that if they're not bringing back old IPs, they're not they're not letting the fans know about the new IPs they're working out because they're afraid to get egg in their face, like the Fable Legends and
yeah, absolutely,
you know, and all the other and the Dragon game, yeah, Scalebound, and thank you, Mel, and all the other ones they had to cancel. So
Project Spark.
we're kind of, you know, we're kind of stuck in limbo, you know, and it's when again I'm gonna support Capcom. I'm gonna buy this game the day it comes out. No, there's no doubt about it. But I would rather play it on my Xbox One X than my PlayStation 4 Pro, and I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, I mean, we all have our main preference, and that's okay. I mean, isn't that the point of all this? You know, we all have we have our favorite system, and then we have everything else. And you know, at one point in time, I was all just Xbox. I mean, that's kind of where I fell into the community. I was all about Xbox, didn't have a PlayStation, and then you know, I picked up a PlayStation just to kind of. Honestly, it was just to troll you guys. And then I realized that I was being a very biased butthole. And I absolutely love the PS4 for reasons that are a little bit different than why I love the Xbox One.
I'm still a biased butthole, but I hate my PS4 Pro. But I'm actually, if this news is true, I would actually buy a Slim just to play the new Devil May Cry because I love Devil May Cry.
Xbox.
Do you not have your PS4 anymore?
In the chat says.
Yeah, I do have it. My PS4 Pro's been a Netflix box for like 5 months.
But why would you get a Slim if you have the Pro?
I was saying if I didn't have one, but I have got both of them.
I obviously just misheard.
So Xbox says, stop the quote unquote doom and gloom, people. If SOD2 SOT Crackdown Ashen Forza Horizon 4 doesn't get you hyped for 2018, check your pulse. I don't have a pulse because I'm dead.
Know your role.
But, you know, I think that, you know, State of Decay 2, Sea of Thieves, Crackdown, all those are going to be great games. And
yes,
I have enough to keep me occupied until I get those games, honestly. If they get canceled, I'm going to get pissed. I'm going to get a little salty and get mad. But right now, I'm content with what I do.
Imagine they cancel something like Sea of Thieves or something. That'd be crazy.
Well,
highly unlikely.
They really wouldn't. But here's the thing, and I'm gonna get some boos for this, and I may get some yays, and it's fine because I like to be objective, and this is what I'm gonna say as a fan.
Boo.
The 3 games that are coming out, I'm a huge Crackdown fan, so of course I'm excited, right? I don't think that's coming out in spring. I think that's going to be delayed until the fall. That's just my personal opinion, and I could be wrong, but that's fine. State of Decay 2, okay, it's going to be great. 4 players, you know, it'll be a game maybe I don't play with Mel and she fires me then. I don't know for sure.
You're going to get fired like
Sea of Thieves, I'm definitely going to play with Mel. There's no doubt about it. But see,
I don't believe you.
I promise.
You guys see that? He says he'll play Sea of Thieves with me. But he keeps saying like every week he's gonna play Call of Duty, and we have yet to play Call of Duty.
And I never do. It's terrible. I'm such a liar.
I know.
Those 3 games, yes, they're Xbox exclusives, fine. But when you can take those 3 games and you compare them to what we know that Sony has coming out, look, I like multiplayer games, but I also would much rather play a big, stout, thick single-player game with a real mature-like story. I like those games. I grew up on those games. So Detroit Being Human, super interesting to me. God of War, it's a whole new look for Kratos. I beat every game, even on the PSP, so I'm super stoked for that. You know, you have so many of these mature themed single player titles coming to the PlayStation platform, and now the cherry on top for them, as it's based on a rumor, is Devil May Cry. Devil May Cry is not going to be a multiplayer game, and if it is, it's going to be shit, because what are you going to do? You're going to dance around as a demon while he cuts you to pieces? No.
Dante and Nero team in Devil May Cry.
But it's for the most part, it's going to be a strong, mature, single-player, gorgeous game on the Pro, and it's just another notch in their belt. And I'm sorry to say, I agree with Xbox. Yes, we are excited for what's coming in 2018, but it's not enough, and I want to know more.
You know what I'd do if I was Phil Spencer?
I think you guys need to be patient. Just saying.
I think
I'd sit down at the
very
table.
patient.
I'd say congratulations. Then I'd say, we're going to buy Steam. Then all these games that PlayStation tries to get exclusive, Xbox will have access to.
Like I said, there was a rumor that was floating around that Microsoft was considering purchasing Capcom, and I thought that would be a slam dunk for them, because imagine getting an exclusive Resident Evil for the platform, you know. But obviously that's not happening if they signed a deal, and Sony's been funding this game. So, look, that's why you buy all the systems, right? You know, that's why I buy all the systems, because I want to be able to. I don't want to be locked into
whatever you want.
Right? Exactly. Yeah.
That's also, you know, why we have multiples, and I don't know why. You know, I know me and Xbox both have a PS4 now, and I'm like, I don't know why we hardly ever play it, but the reality is we're gonna beat each other up at some point in time. But we really only need one PS4. But
what's a? Oh God.
No, you go ahead.
Now it's dead air.
Okay.
My connection kind of went there, so someone was talking. Everything went weird.
Oh.
I was just gonna say anyway. It was like what Supersonic was saying. If I didn't already have a PlayStation, if Devil May Cry was exclusive, like the rumor says, for the PlayStation, I'd more likely really want to get one, because with Devil May Cry, Uncharted, The Last of Us, like that's like they have such a good list of games that are only on the PlayStation. And Devil May Cry is a great series.
It is.
And because this has a 5 at the end of it, like they're actually going to continue the series that I grew up with, like Devil May Cry 1 to 4. I really liked the rebooted game. I wasn't someone that hated on it like lots of people did. But if they're going back to the original Devil May Cry story and they're continuing it, that's going to be amazing. And the fact that it's been so long since the 4th one released, it's kind of surprising too, because usually they like to just do remakes at this point because it's been so long since the story continued.
Yeah.
I can't wait for it. I'm happy that they're doing it. The fact that it's going to be exclusive, if it's true, I don't mind this so much, because I'd rather this game get made and funded than it not get made at all. I've been waiting for a new Devil May Cry for years.
And I want to just piggyback that for a second, Mel, if you don't mind, because you see, this is where I'm going to do a call to arms with the Sony fans. You see, the Sony fans, the horrible part of the Sony community is the fanboys, right? They're just, I mean, maybe because they're young, you know, they're a younger crowd than.
Not necessarily. There's a lot of them that are around our ages. So
they're just
bang,
terrible.
bang.
They're just horrible people that say horrible things. Here's my here's my challenge to all of these, you know, these guys banging their Sony you know, drums all over the place, up and down the street. Okay, when this game comes out, and it is in fact an exclusive, don't talk shit. Go out and fucking buy this game, because you do all this talking about how your system has exclusives, and yet the only games that are sitting on their console are Call of Duty, NBA 2K, and Madden. Don't talk shit if you're not a real gamer, PlayStation fanboys. That's my call to arms. If you got the exclusives, go out and show Sony you give a shit, right?
Yeah,
buy
take that. Yeah.
And buy this game when it comes out, because I have a very terrible feeling that what's going to happen to this game is exactly what happened to Street Fighter V. It's going to come out, it's going to flop, because everyone's talking about, yeah, we got another exclusive. Sony, you're the best. And they don't buy the game. And it's just going to sit on store shelves or sit in the digital shop with no purchases, and you'll never get another Devil May Cry. So, Sony fans, if you're out there listening, stop talking shit, and when the game comes out, buy it.
If it
is.
End of rant.
I'm not going to give Sony any money. I'm just going to get it on PC.
But that is also a rumor, so that that's if it is an exclusive to PS4.
Well, you're right, and the rumor does state that, like Street Fighter, it has been financially pushed along by Sony. So if in fact that is the case, it's going to be a PlayStation exclusive.
Well, I mean, I'm going to give you guys my opinion on this. I never played any Devil May Cry games, and I don't plan on it. So,
Boo.
You know what? Shut your never mind. I was saying shut your whore mouth.
I agree.
I was like, that's not nice, Mel.
Boo.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry. I just never did. Okay? So maybe my opinion will change if I try it out. How about that? So we're going to move on, you guys, and hit up the December games with gold. And then, we're going to go about our day. But for the month of December, the Xbox games with gold are from December 1st to the 31st. It's Warhammer End Times Vermintide. I'm like, what is that?
Yeah, Vermintide. That's correct.
Vermin. Yep. And then Back to the Future, the game -30th Anniversary Edition, available from the December 16th to January 15th. Now, that one was a game that was in the deals, okay? So I'm really, pissy about that one, that they had it for $5 and then they go and throw it in the free. Like, what the F? And then those are for the Xbox One, and then the Xbox 360, which are backwards compatible, correct?
Yes.
All right, so Child of Eden, available from December 1st to 15th. That one I'm interested in.
That one's weird. That was a Connect game.
Oh, it's
I played that on Connect, so can we play that on
Connect? No, right?
No, they probably don't have. It's probably Connect free, I would imagine.
And then, what the hell is Marlo Briggs in the Mask of Death? I've never heard of this.
I've never heard of it either.
Okay, you know what? Since Boom's never heard of it, I am not a loser. I am not alone in this.
I am going to tell you this, though.
I'm like, what is it?
Vermintide may be right up your alley, because if you like Left 4 Dead,
I love it.
That's a 4-player. Vermintide is a 4-player co-op, just in the same lines of Left 4 Dead.
Beautiful. I will definitely have to check that out. Rain G4 says Marlo Briggs ? That's what it says. It says Marlo Briggs and the Mask of Death. So you guys, since we have no idea what this is, we need to go play it. It's as simple as that. So on December 16th, I better see a bunch of my friends playing it, and then I will play it too. So, I mean, what are your guys' thoughts, about this month's Games with Gold coming?
I mean, it's okay. I mean, it's certainly not the worst, but it's certainly not going to be the one that that I'm going to be like, wow, thanks, Microsoft. December, you gave me a gift. I mean, it's okay, I suppose.
The game was about to get cool.
I guess the only thing I'm really interested in is the Warhammer, the End of Times Vermintide. And you know what? Boomstick, I probably wouldn't have cared too much if you didn't mention how...
I know you like Left 4 Dead, and this is right up your alley, because it's 4-player co-op, it's first person, and you're fighting monsters and stuff. I played a little bit of it, only maybe about an hour, but it seems like a good game.
Oh, very cool. So I'll be checking that out.
Especially multiplayer.
And then Child of Eden. I'm interested in that one. Anything else? I don't give a fuck.
Child of Eden would be awesome in VR, but I don't know. That was like a Kinect game. I remember like moving my hands around and a bunch of trippy stuff happened.
Okay.
In other words, like all the games suck.
I say if you like Telltale, I say check out Back to the Future, because as far as I know, I actually have this game, but I haven't played it yet. This is like a continuation, like because there was never a fourth movie. I'm pretty sure this one takes place after the third movie, and it has the original voice actors, as far as I know. So this is something worth checking out. It's before The Walking Dead, so it's old Telltale. It's gonna be more puzzle based and stuff like that. And I'm more likely gonna play it at some point. I just have to finish Shadow of War and other things. Backlog of games is just so much at the moment. So it looks like a good game though. If you like story based games and you're a fan of Back to the Future.
Yeah. And I just want to reiterate the fact that these are free games, so I'm sitting here talking shit, but the reality of it is never, something about
a gift horse in the mouth.
Thank you. I'm like, what was the word that you do to the gift horse? This is how my mind works. What's up, K Mega 405? You guys, you should never look a gift horse in the mouth. You should be grateful for anything that you get, whether you don't like it or you do. I mean, you have the choice to download the games, or you don't have to. It's really up to you.
Thank you, Phil Spencer.
So, for like the kids, they don't have a lot of games. So we want, as many games that we can get for them, especially free games that are not violent, So
right.
I always look towards the free games because, there's usually one in there that's not crazy violent or something. So
Back to the Future is good for the whole family.
Thank you.
That game
I feel like you're the
does
marketing.
get hard. They got some hard.
I'm marketing it. I don't know why. I haven't played it.
Oh, geez.
I got the partial list for the PlayStation free games if anyone's interested.
Oh yes, please go.
Trash, more trash. I'll shut up.
Well, what we have so far, because the list is incomplete, because they basically have to be announced on a few games. But for the PlayStation 4. You're getting Darksiders 2, the definitive edition, which that was a great game. If you like Zelda, you'd probably really like Darksiders. Plus, you play as Death, and he's an awesome character. The second game, good for kids, not violent. Kung Fu Panda, Showdown of Legendary Legends. So that's good for the kids. The both PS3 games are unannounced at this point, and the both Vita games are unannounced. But they do have, if you own a PSVR, Until Dawn Rush of Blood is available for free.
Well, they have a pretty good month then.
That was free last
pretty
month.
good month. And mind you, we're still missing 4 of those games. So,
Yeah, they have a much better month than Xbox, that's for sure. Darksiders 2.
Great game.
Great
game.
What did we just say about looking a gift horse in the mouth?
Don't do
I'm not
it.
trying to compare, but if I'm comparing,
the reality
I might as
is,
well say those free games are probably worth more, like value-wise at least, because Darksiders I think is more expensive than some of the 360 game, the Xbox One games.
Well, there's nothing wrong with saying
Darksiders 3 is coming out next
something's
year,
better
so
than
it's
the
a good
other.
time.
If nobody's bought the
it certainly
Darksiders
is.
2 bundle part 2 for $5, which has been on sale for $5 like so many times, then it's free now. You saved $5. Congratulations.
Congratulations. I do want to mention that my favorite so far free PS4 game, and this is months ago, was Disc Jam. I don't know.
That was great. Yes.
Okay,
great
awesome.
game.
Me and Xbot had so much fun playing that. I really enjoy that game. Someday I would like to stream it. I don't think we streamed it, but it's a lot of fun. And that was my favorite
That is a
one.
lot of fun, that game.
And
That
it's
is,
not-
yeah, it is.
I think it's like $15 or $20 regularly, but it was definitely my favorite free game that I've ever picked up, honestly. Anything else you guys want to add about the free games or games with gold, the PS4 or Xbox? Yes, no.
Better luck next month.
Let's pray for a better January.
Wow, you guys are bad. You guys, don't forget that you have lots of games on sale right now. Don't forget that you have Game Pass games. So there's lots of options out there.
And the countdown to New Year's sale is going to come at the end of December.
There you
Don't
go.
anyone forget that.
So we do have options. Don't be sour. That being said, guys, we're gonna head out for the day. Creating Beyond Limits. I always get stuck with your name. I'm like CBE Creating Beyond Limits. Can you let everybody know where they can find you, what you're up to, and all that good stuff?
YouTube, Creating Beyond Limits. I'll leave a link in the chat, or you can click on my name. Mixer, Twitch, all that is Creating Beyond Limits. Twitter is Dean5578. If you want to check out any of my content, I do gaming videos, reaction videos, reviews for movies and games. I did just upload my review for the amazing Avengers Infinity War trailer. If you just want to check that out and other stuff, that'd be awesome. I had a great time.
Awesome. It was a really good chat today. Dean's Twitter is also linked in the description for anybody who's wondering. And eventually I will give everybody's YouTube channel on there as well. And then we have Mr. Boomstick XL. Would you like to tell everybody where they can find you and what you're up to?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Mr. Boomstick XL. Same thing on Xbox Live. Hit me up for a friend request. Same spelling, Mr. Boomstick XL. And you can find me on this Friday. We're going to have a new episode on Friday night with Mooch on his channel for Crossfire, which I'm really excited because last week we missed it due to the holiday. And please do me a favor and check out my recently launched YouTube channel, Double Barrel Gaming with Mr. Boomstick XL. I just posted 2 videos this week. And they're good videos. I think you're gonna like them. A lot of them are opinion pieces, but of course I use objectivity, which is something again that's been lacking in the media. So thanks for it was a great show. You know what? This might have been the most lit chat we've ever had. I mean, it was on fire.
Yeah, it was really great chat. I'm
and
very
people
sorry.
brought up some amazing points. Like the chat. I mean, kudos to everybody in the chat today. You guys were amazing.
Yeah, and I love seeing people with different opinions, and they're just chatting like normal human beings, not attacking
and no one's
each other.
calling anyone's name, or no one's saying your mom is fat or anything. It's just adults talking with one another. Even if they're different opinions, they're still being adult about it.
Yes.
And that was really good.
Yeah,
good to
so
see.
kudos to everybody in the chat today, because that was awesome. There was no fighting, no banning. So yeah, thank you guys. We have Supersonic Station. You want to let everybody know where they can find you. Luke Taylor said your mom is fat. That's what I was stuck on. Let everybody know where they can find you, what you're up to on a regular basis, and all that good stuff.
Find me on PlayStation playing Kung Fu Panda. I can hardly wait. I'm so hyped. I can't wait for that damn game. Find me Supersonic Station on Mixer and YouTube and Twitch, and before Coffee Casuals and Consoles on Wednesdays, an hour before 8 a.m. Central. Me and Lady Lux UK do a Project Spark co-stream, which is really fun on Mixer. And she actually did a tutorial on death animation, so check that video out. And tonight, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be on the Daz cast, so that should be fun.
Beautiful. And we have the Xbot 448. Xbot, would you like to let everybody know where they can find you and what you've been up to? Yes, what's going on, people? You can find me on the next podcast hosted on my channel. You can look up my name on the internet. It's Xbot448. I'm usually on
Didn't sound well today, for sure.
Crossfire podcast on Fridays, hosted by the Mooch. CCC every Wednesday. And you can find me on this well-known little show called BGST. Sometimes on Sundays. Sometimes on Monday.
That's great.
I'm sorry, you guys. I'm done.
The dentist fucked up your voice.
I thought that was really Xbot. That was pretty good.
Oh shit. Okay, so yeah.
Thanks, Michael Jackson.
You can find him on next podcast, Crossfire occasionally for the most part, CCC and BGST. And yeah, Xbot's probably gonna give me a stink eye as soon as I get off this show. And
We love
guys-
you, Xbot.
Yeah, we do. We missed you. That's why we gotta make fun of you.
I actually thought he came and he took over for a minute. You sounded really good.
Wow, guys are mean. So, you guys, I'm the host. Oh snap, it's Mel. Or you guys can find me on Twitter at GirlsCanGame22. And I will be on the Dazcast tonight every Wednesday. You can find me on the most amazing coffee console chat ever. Yeah, and I hope to see you guys next week on the next episode of CCC. We'll be on episode 40, so maybe there'll be some giveaways or something fun. Maybe not. Ha!